This is a movie that went under the radar in many parts of the globe. Released in 2005, this film, directed by David Cronenberg, is based on a graphic novel by John Wagner. It had a decent performance in the box office and made 61.4 million worldwide against a budget of $32 million. However, the real deal is the critical acclaim that it received. The film was nominated under 2 categories for the Academy Awards and won many other awards. The list of awards it won and it was nominated for runs into many pages. I was among the guilty ones who gave this film a miss, though I did come across this in the past. Funny enough, I watched this one because it was referred to as the inspiration for a recent Tamil film, Leo. Tom Stahl is a middle-aged family man who runs a diner in a fictional small town and lives with his wife and 2 children. On a fateful evening, 2 killers on a killing spree enter the diner with the intention to rob and potentially with the intention for further more. On seeing the waitress's life being threatened, Tom surprises the robbers with sudden attack and ends up killing both of them. He gets hailed as a local hero after this incident and gets unintended media coverage. His newly gained fame brings some new trouble to the town in form of gangsters searching for a hitman named Joey Cusack, who is the brother of a gang leader, Richie Cusack. The gang leaders identify none other than Tom as the notorious hitman, Joey Cusack. Of course, Tom denies this, but to the surprise of everyone, the gangsters are unshakable in their claim that Tom is Joey. The gangsters are paying the visit on behalf of the big brother, Richie Cusack. This begins a cold war in Tom's family, as his wife and son slowly start distancing themselves from Tom. The gangsters take Tom's son Jack as a hostage to make Tom confess, which results in a fight in which Tom, with the support of his son Jack, ends up killing the gangsters, further alienating Tom from his family. Now they start seeing him as Joey and not Tom. Tom gets a call from Richie and Tom decides to confront his past and put an end by offering peace. But Richie's only intention is to kill Tom. The meeting with Richie ends violently, with Tom killing Richie's men and Richie himself and returning to his family. This is where the film ends. Simple plot, linear style of narration, no twists and turns. But there is immense beauty to this simplicity when I sit to think about it. First of all, why do I feel there are no twists and turns? That is because the narration does not take the director's creative perspective. It takes the perspective of a normal person. What you and I would wish should happen is what happens on the screen. That brings out the fundamental conflict within ourselves, which is most of us inherently desire and seek violence, as long as the situation deems fit in our own definition of boundaries of violence. So, we empathize with Tom when he takes a gun and shoots the robbers. Not just empathize, we want the violence to happen. And then, when truth about Tom's violent past comes out, we are not sure anymore, just like Tom's wife Eddie and his son Jack. Now suddenly, violence does not seem to fit within the boundaries that we just defined ourselves, which is further shown in the change in the behaviors of his wife Eddie and Jack his son. After an altercation, Tom and Eddie indulge in intense and violent lovemaking, a mixture of emotions where Eddie finds herself hating and fearing the violent Joey, yet giving in to the Tom she always loved. Jack, a weakling who was always bullied at school, suddenly discovers the violent side in him and confronts his bullies. Not just confront, but beats the ever-loving shit out of the bullies. Here again, we are left with the confusion. Did Jack react violently knowing that he had violence in his blood from his father? Did that make him violent? Or had Tom been just Tom, would Jack have turned violent if cornered further by the bullies? A little more. No one has the answer, but it still boils down to the violence in every person and our conflicts and contradictions within. This is not a film for everyone. It is tagged as crime, thriller, action, etc., but deep down it is a family drama. The action sequences are underwhelming. It is not necessarily one of the greatest films out there, but this is a film that punches way above its weight. I definitely should not have avoided this movie for so long. If you wish to watch something that is not shoved deep down your throat with the director's version of spoon feeding, Watch this and you will not regret it. Thanks for watching this video. I'll come back with my next review. Till then, bye bye.